Hello and welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to do my Project Pan review for 2024. I had to go back into my bullet journal and I found my note where I wrote down all of the things that I wanted to pan in 2024. Now, I would say I was semi-successful this year just overall because in the middle of the year we did move, so I had a major lifestyle change, so that contributed to how I was using products. So some of the things that I had been using frequently I no longer was using very frequently. One of those things was nail polish, so I'll kind of talk through those a little bit more as we go. And yeah, so let's get started. I'm just gonna go down my list here, so I'll probably be looking down a little bit. But the first thing on my list that I had was a Banana Boat face sunscreen. I did end up using that up, and I think I used that up pretty early on in the year. The second thing on my list was something that I thought I could pan in 2023. It is this dental floss, and I think I have, if I pulled it up to the light here, I think I have like about a third left of this still. I have been using it. I put it in my work bag. I'm trying to be more conscious about using this specific dental floss. There is just so much in here. There is 140 yards, and then I also have different flosses that I use. So continuing to use this one. I didn't use it up this year, so I will definitely roll this over to 2025 just because it gives me that push to remember to use this type of dental floss. The next thing on my list was the Aqua Kiss Shimmer Body Spray. I did use this up, I believe, in the first half of the year or early summer. I'd have to go back and look at all of my empty and declutter videos, but I did use that up. I had another body spray, which was the Champagne Toast body spray. This is something I got as a gift. So it was a mini size. I did use that up. The next thing on my list was I wanted to pan 4 nail polishes. I ended up panning 1, and it was pretty late in the year. I believe it was a white nail polish. I don't know if you can see that. I am very close, if you can kind of see where that darker line is, to panning this nail polish. I'll probably end up panning it pretty early on in the year. It's getting to the point where I need to shake it quite frequently to get nail polish on all of my nails. But I believe the other ones that I showed at the beginning of last year, I can't remember, were this one, which I did get some use out of, and I think it was this one, I'm not sure, but I did get some use out of this one as well. So I did finish up 1 nail polish, really close to finishing a second. To me, that seems reasonable because, like I said, I had a lifestyle change, and when we moved, I really didn't paint my nails at all. I was doing a lot of projects both inside and outside, and it just didn't make sense to paint my nails. That was something that got taken off my plate, so neither here nor there. But I am still working on using up my nail polish collection, and you can bet that you will see more nail polish in next year's Project Pan. The next thing on my list is the Bare Minerals foundation powder. At the beginning of this year, I think it had a small pan on it. This is how big the pan is on it right now. So I've been using this pretty consistently throughout the year. However, again, when we moved for about 3-ish months, I was not wearing makeup at all, so that contributed to not being able to use this up before the end of the year. But this will be rolling over to my 2025, and I think that's going to be a pretty easy thing to use up now that I am more settled in where I'm living and I have more of a consistent routine. Then I'm actually using some of these products again. The next thing on my list is something that I did use up. It was my NARS bronzer, and I have not purchased another bronzer to replace that one yet. I definitely want to, but I'm not quite sure what I want yet, so I'm gonna do a little bit more research and then eventually repurchase a bronzer to fill that hole because I really enjoyed having a bronzer in my collection. The next thing on my list was 3 lip liners. I did end up finishing one, and I have these 2. I don't know if you can appreciate how small they are, that are very close to being done. So I would call that pretty successful. And this one even needs to be sharpened. I'm going to continue to use these lip liners and use them up. I did in 2024 decide to purchase lip liners because I was down to, I believe, 4. So I was down to 5. I had the 3 that I was painting, I had another NYX one, and I had one Bare Minerals one. And I just felt like I was missing out on some colors that I really wanted. So I made a thoughtful decision to purchase some lip liners. The next thing on my list was the Lemon Vanilla Lip Gloss. This was a lip gloss I had found in a bag as I was cleaning. I'm like, I've had this for years. So I ended up using that up, I think, towards the end of the summer. And then I also had a couple more lip products on that list, another one being the Maybelline Superstay Matte Ink. Like I said, I was not using makeup as much last year or this past year as I had in the previous years, so this is one I did get a bit of use on, but I'm going to continue to use. I'm not quite ready to declutter it yet. I think by the end of next year I will be, if I have not used it up. And then I also had this red ColourPop lipstick in the color Fred, and I used up about half of this lipstick this year, so this is one that you will see in next year's Project Pan as well. I really need to use this up. I've had this for a while. It still smells okay. I'm still comfortable using it, so I did not get as far on this red as I wanted to, but I'm going to continue working on this, and I've also discovered some different ways that I can make this a little bit more wearable for every day versus being a bright red lip. And then I also have the Bare Minerals concealer. I put this on my Project Pan because I had had it for a little bit. I believe it's it says to be open for 24 months, so I think I'm coming up close to that. You can't see right now because I just shook it, but there's about this much left in the bottom there. Again, I didn't wear makeup for about 3 months throughout this summer, so I think early on in 2025 I will be able to use this up. And then the last thing I had on my Project Pan was 2 eyeliners. I ended up using up both of those eyeliners, and towards the end of this year I have been experimenting with using eyeshadow as eyeliner. I got like an angled brush and I've been enjoying that. So that was everything from my 2024 Project Pan. I feel like I did an okay job. I used up, I believe, about half of the things. I feel like I was pretty ambitious in the number of products that I wanted to pan. I also, like I said, had a major lifestyle change, so that contributed to differences in just how I use my things and products and how I functioned, and so I feel pretty successful in that. And please stay tuned for my 2025 Project Pan. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye.